Everyone is there. So can we go ahead, please?
Again, thank you very much, and thank you, SESRIC, for organizing and arranging this. Now we are starting with our panel. We have three very distinguished speakers. First speaker is a very distinguished scientist, and he is also the head of Turkish National Scientific and Technological Research Institute, Professor Hasan Mandal. Again, he is a very distinguished scientist, very well published, and he is well known globally as well in his field. Second speaker is again from Turkey, Professor Erdal Tanas Karagöl, who is a good friend of mine. He's a macroeconomist, and he's also involved in the energy sector. He will talk about more on the energy impact and macro impact of COVID. As a way of brief introduction, Professor Karagöl is a well-known macroeconomist. He was educated in the US, in the universities of Connecticut and in England, in York University. And then currently, he is a researcher and head of department at Ankara Yıldırım Beyazıt University. He's a very well-published economist. Our last speaker, Professor Habib Kebir, who is an electrical and electronics professor at Islamic University Technology. Austin Technical University has made a cooperation agreement with IUT. I signed that agreement personally last, I think it was October. So it is our cooperating institution. And I would like to also send my regards to the rector from here, the Vice Chancellor. Professor Habib Kebir is a very successful engineering researcher. He has made his studies in Japan, and therefore he is very well versed with the situation in East Asia, now being in Bangladesh, East and South Asia, let me say. His topics, research topics, are more concentrated in energy, behavioral and ambient changes in energy, artificial intelligence. So he's a technologist. I think he's going to talk more again about the technological aspects in addition to economic aspects, I would guess. Professor Kebir, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yulek. Yes, I could easily remember the last year, October, the MOU between the university and IUT, and we are really thankful for that. And I like to take the opportunity to express my heartwarm appreciation for giving the opportunity to represent Bangladesh, as well as the Islamic University of Technology, as well as the Institute of Energy and Environment, to focus something, because like other countries, Bangladesh is a developed country, but we are facing the same kind of trouble with this kind of pandemic. So today, actually, I'm taking the opportunity to talk about. I'm sharing my screen. So today I'd like to talk about the challenges of the energy sector within the COVID-19 crisis, with the Bangladesh perspective, and I would like to talk about the impact, then the mitigation measures, then post-COVID strategy, restoring the growth on energy sector, because as a technical person and from the Energy and Environmental Institute, I feel that after the food security and health security, we like to have the energy security as well for the economic growth, because all the industries are now depend upon the energy sector and the power sector. So let's have a look with our COVID situation. of Bangladesh, because like other countries, we have the similar kind of like impact. Already you have like a million peoples are confirmed, and already 2000s are dead, but we have a huge impact. And from the March, actually the government has to take the lockdown strategy. And I have also given the some like a graph related to our Southeast Asia, like beside the OIC countries, we have the India, then the Malaysia, Thailand, and among them Bangladesh. The pandemic crisis of Bangladesh is really like crucial. So if you think about the government action, because the government took the like quick action with the lockdown, with some of the district level, also the sub district levels, and now we are in the phase number 6 with a like zone wise lockdown, because first time it was lockdown totally with the district, but afterwards there was a dilemma that whether we have to continue with the lives or livelihood, because these two are related. And because of that, the peoples are cannot, because they are losing their jobs and other things. So because of that, uh, we have to like a little bit relax the lockdown, and now the lockdown is with some zones. So afterwards, if you are thinking about Bangladesh, because it's a developing country, we are looking forward for a mid-developed country or developed country in 2041. But Bangladesh is a disaster-prone country, and every year it has some like flood, also, as well as it has like the cyclone. Even in this year during the COVID, we have the cyclone. But everywhere the people and the Bangladesh can overcome those kind of natural disaster easily, because the people are can united together and work together. However, during the COVID-19, that scenario is a little bit different, because people cannot united and work together. They are now separated, and because of that, we have the new COVID, the new normal things. So we have to adopt with the new normal. And this was also impact on the energy and power sector of our country as well, because most of the energies are now distributed in a other way because of the lockdown, and lack of manpower are also there. And most of the power generations are generated by imported fuel. Also, we have a huge ongoing projects. So actually the COVID lockdown actually impact on those projects as well. So let me talk about, this is our actually the power company and overview of the power sectors. Then this is a Bangladesh, this is a Dhaka, the capital, and we have also imported some of the electricity from outside as well. So all of them are now like under some crisis scenario. But the thing is, most of the cases, like the Bangladesh, as I told you, that we are now in a developing country, but we targeted with the help of like YC, IDB, as well as the following the SDGs. We are planning to be a like mid-income country as well as the developed country around 2041. And with that, even in the power sector, we have the power system master plan 2041. We have established that one and from 2010, also from 2016 we have the revised one. And with the like the power system master plan was established with the economic growth, like with the 3E: energy security and environmental protection. So we are thinking about a huge production and master plan. But due to this pandemic situation, actually most of the projects are under some impact. Okay, so the effects are also there. So if you can think about the projection from the 2010 to 2041, we are going very well. In between 2014 to 2018, we have little bit of lag. But however, afterwards, now we are closing enough with our projection, but due to this pandemic, the projects and other things are delayed, and we are little bit facing little bit of trouble. So this is a public private sector, the power import, and as well as the sector wise generation, because we are also importing some power from other country as well. So this is a projection, as I told you, that the industrial, residential, commercial, service, then agriculture, and non-energy uses. So we are projecting the energy use for the consumptions. So this is the energy projections of up to 2040. 40. So we are thinking about to get more natural gas and the coal, which like in Bangladesh we are like we have the mine of the natural gas and the coal, so we want to utilize those things. So these are the projection from the 2015 to 2040 41, the how we'll make the power plants. So we will establish more coal based power plants, as well as the gas power plants, because we are more like strong on that. Also we have already started the nuclear power plant establishment, and hopefully it will be started on 2024. And beside, we are also importing some of the power from the neighboring countries, so even from Bhutan, Nepal, and India. So these are the project actually. And beside, we are also focusing on the renewable energy. But the thing is that, as I mentioned earlier, that Bangladesh is an overpopulated country, 11th in the whole world, and because of that, the land is very small in our country. So we don't have that much land to establish the solar power plant. So rather than, we are focusing on the rooftop solar plant. So because of that, we are focusing only on 15% of the whole like renewable energy, and these are the like carbon emissions things. So these are the 2040 projections. So but with that projection, everything are going very smoothly till January 2020. But whenever the January 2020 came, the COVID effect impact, and whenever the lockdown imposed on March, everything was little bit changed. So we can see the total daily generation during the COVID period. That means the January, February, March, April, May, June of 2020. And I compare with this data with the 2019, and we can see that the generation does not have that much like impact, because the industry are now closed, but the residential area, because people are now moved to their villages and their cities. So the residential areas, the generations are still moving on. So still the generation is going on exactly like the last years, but the impacts are on the project. As I told you, that we have huge number of projects going on with the help of JICA, IDB, ADB. So in 2019, we are taking around 74 projects of the very mega power plants, which should be finished within 2027. But because of the this kind of pandemic, actually the all the impact are on those project. So I would like to discuss a summary about that, how the challenges of the energy sector within the Bangladesh, how the like impact mitigation post COVID and restoring can be happen. So the impact can be within the existing system or within the project. So in the existing system, we have the technical and financial, and in the technical we have the operation and then maintenance. As well as in the mitigation, we have to think about the existing system mitigation and the project mitigation. Then I'll talk about the post COVID strategy. Also I'll talk about the restoring the economic growth. So I'll go a little bit faster. So in the impact in the operation and maintenance, exactly we can see that the generation loss of the power because of the shortage of the fuel, because all the fuels are important, and because of the lockdown of the airport, we cannot get the fuel. So also we have the limited operation staff, and they are now working in the shift basis during the COVID. Degradation of the power delivery quality due to the quick remedy action because of the low manpower. Degradation of the moral mentality strength of the long time stack, because now the station, the peoples are working in a shift basis, like a 15 days shift basis. Because of that, the moral things are also going down. Lack of foreign expert and consultant for operation training new project, because most of the projects are new and huge number of projects are going on, and because of that the foreigners are now left the country because of the pandemic situation. A serious threat in the management of the power station because of the demand side management. So the peoples are now moving from industrial area to the residential area. So also the many power may shut down, power station may shut down. Threats in distribution and power station grid, because the residential areas, the consumer are demanding more quality power, because no load shedding, other things. So also in the maintenance, the lack of procurement and spares or accessories, also the human resources, drop down of daily type of daily routine breakdown, periodic maintenance works are there. So due to a lack of timely operation and maintenance work, the like the system's loss is life, and because of that risks of expenditure also increases. That means here also we will have the economic impact, so if the maintenance is not there. So if you think about the existing financial case, so the layoff, that we have to lay off so many like worker, so layoff will also increase the raise in the operation and maintenance cost. This is one kind of impact on the economy as well. Also the government quickly take the strategy to like reduce the penalty for the 3 months billing of the electricity, and with that 3-month electricity reduction, the impact of the like power company, they didn't get the huge amount of like revenue. I can show two data during this January, February, March, April, May, and June. So this is Chittagong, one of our biggest like industrial area. So this is the urban area. So during the January, February, we have a huge amount of like collection ratio of the revenue. It is more than 100%, because the due bill was added, the previous month due bill was added. But after pandemic, after the lockdown, the all the collection is very small, like it's reduced. Even in the remote area, so the impact is severe. That means the revenue from the consumer, because they cannot pay the bill and other things, even the government reduce the penalty. So this is huge impact on the power sector as well. And we know that if the power is not going on, the industry will not going on, and our economy will not going on. As I told you before, that life versus the livelihood is there, the dilemma. So next one is a delay in decision making, sometime is also reflects, and the high impact on global energy market, because all our coal plants up to 2025 is imported coal, and coal cost is increased globally. So its impact, and the power price may increase to adjust the losses during this corona period, and that time maybe that will impact on the consumer as well. So next one is on the project, because the impact on the execution of the project is that site progress works are shut down, lack of local and foreign manpower, project procurement is shut down, project consultants cannot finish their work, then environment and social negative impact become longer and benefits go far away. So this is the execution, and the financial is the increased interest rate of the foreign aid, because we are taking the fund from the other like the IDB, ADB. So delay in time means increase in material cost as well. Then the payment for consultants without proper work, if the work is not package basis, so this is also impact. So delay of the project will cause increase in the product price, mitigate all losses, like this is also impact on the consumer. So all the things are impact on the consumer. So in the mitigation, we can have the running all the establishment is least cost basis, performing maintenance with low manpower, foreign expert, those who are not allowed to go leave the country, they can start working. So we can do some reduce some bureaucratic steps to timely sign the contract, shipment, material, and then manpower. So this can be some mitigation. Announcement reward to the employee because of the mental health. So if anyone is affected and die by the COVID-19, it can encourage the energy sector people. So in the project, the all design drawing can be done online. So during this lockdown, then possible contact sign, documentation, document survey, distance consultation work can be do easily with this like a Zoom or any kind of online discussion. Then the securing maximum local support, so that we can easily do all the thing in a shortest recovery way. So in the post COVID strategy, so we have to work really hard, because we have a plan up to 2041. So to recover all the things within 1.5 year, we have to do very quick things. Then we are now running some quick rental basis private like power station, which are really money hungry, like power station. Those things should be stopped. Then we can use some coal based large power plant. So, with the pricing issue, strengthen the local technical staff for the sufficient mode, and reduce the foreign training, so that we can reduce anything within this time. Sourcing new conventional or non-conventional source of funding, we need the fund. Reduce the policy readiness to interest the private investment. We need the more investment from the private, because we need the money for the going on the like the project. So start negotiation with the donor agency like the IDB, ADB for reducing the interest of the foreign aided fund. Then the develop proper operation and maintenance schedule for maximum power generation. Then categorize ongoing project on the important basis. So we have to revise the all the important things. Then prioritize the rooftop solar panel, because you know that Bangladesh is one of the like the top deployed solar home system in the world. So in the last slide, this is my last slide. As I told you that we have, this is a effect of the COVID-19. So we have to adopt the new normal of the COVID-19, and with that we have to restore the economic growth by revising the power system master plan after post COVID. So we have a revision in the 2021, so we have to go with that. Then the extract coal from local mines, because we are planning this one after 2025, but we can start this one as an immediate basis. Then increase the power import after analyzing the market, because we can power import from the neighboring country if the cost is not challenging. So identify the possible source of local like coal and LNG purchases, so we can have those kind of power stations. So the last like line from me is the successful plan for no increase on power price and uninterrupted power for all would maintain the expected economic growth. So at last, I can say that we have to adopt the new normal of the COVID-19. We have to work hard. We have to recover all the things, whatever damage is happening all over the world. So I would like to ask everyone that create ambient energy network, because I am an engineer of the energy networking. So save energy and save the environment. And in this COVID-19, I would request all of you to stay home, stay safe, and may Allah protect us all, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kebir. This was a very comprehensive presentation. Bangladesh is getting industrialized, and it is needing a lot of energy. Therefore, you concentrated on the energy aspects. So, Professor Habib Kebir, yeah, your final comments.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. Actually, I really like the co-creation concept of Professor Hassan Mandal, and the approach of the TB Tech. And the thing is that with IoT and Energy Center, actually we are also we have worked with Comstech, and we work with also the energy sector of TB Tech. And last year, our acting vice chancellor, Dr. Omar Jah, he also visited the TB Tech. So it will be very as a developing country of Bangladesh, also IoT as a subsidiary organ of OIC, we are looking forward the co-creation partner of you, and we would like to be a part of it, because this is a fantastic idea. And as a country like developing country like us and progressing country like us, we are here ready to progress, and we have already started our journey with the TB Tech even last year. So we are looking forward to it. And really thank you to all the panelists for these beautiful and very important topics. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kebir. I would like to thank all the speakers, the keynote speakers, the inaugural speakers. I think today we had a very efficient webinar with a lot of material that was presented.